Hey everyone, Will Frampton, also known as QuickyBaby here, and oh, he must be getting serious because he said his real name, right? No, don't worry, this isn't going to be some kind of critical video. This is the final video of 2018, and it had to be a comic, right? It wouldn't be a QuickyBaby YouTube channel if I didn't have a comic game throughout 2018, and this was my last possible chance to feature one. But this is only going to be on in the background. The focus of this video is not going to be about the comic. This was just to be able to tick that box. The focus of this video is just to let you all know how blooming thankful I am and how lucky I am to be me. If that sounds big-headed, weird, whatever, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that I get to do what I love to do because all of you. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you very much for all of you out there who have bothered to watch my videos this year, who have even gone as far as to enjoy them even though they're terrible, right? For everyone out there who's shared some of the videos, or alternatively, you know, given them a like or a dislike, depending on whether you like them or not, or dislike them, that's great feedback. Everybody who's written a comment in the comments down below that I really feel has added to just the whole vibe of the channel. It's very weird making YouTube videos. You kind of sit there, you've got a concept, you go and you record it, and then you kind of judge how well it is based on how many views you get. No, not exactly. You can't judge things by views. Just because something has a view, that just means that somebody's clicked on it. However, it's the engagement, it's those likes, it's the dislikes, it's the comments. That is really the best feedback that I get. It's the most humane part of the YouTube experience. And it's just weird to me thinking that my videos get like 100, 200, sometimes 300, even upwards of a million views on some of the videos on this channel. And it's bizarre to me to think that those are all real people that have been out there. Well, apart from all the bots that I pay for, right? Yeah. That's how I get all of my views. That wouldn't really work out very well in the long run, would it? So, 2018, well, it hasn't really been the greatest year, shall we say, for World of Tanks. I still feel like it's been an awesome year for me. I've had an absolute lovely time, and I'm still very thankful to be a YouTuber, and I'm so lucky to be able to do what I do. Now, I just want to highlight some of my favorite things that have happened this year. I don't want to really talk about all of the negative things. I've kind of felt like I've done enough of that over December, and I felt like it was necessary. There's a place for that. Now I want to talk about the things that I'm thankful for. Firstly, 1.0. Yeah, it was a great patch. I really enjoyed it. I thought that 1.0 revolutionized the graphics of the game, and I have to admit, having watched some of my videos recently of what the game used to look like, it looks absolutely terrible compared to what it looks now. I know that everybody kind of takes it for granted that now the game looks like this and the gameplay hasn't changed, and yeah. Well, hopefully Wargaming will actually listen to us about the gameplay and they'll implement that too, and then damn, if we're not playing a really good-looking game that also has classic World of Tanks gameplay that everybody originally fell in love with this game all about, huh? 1.0 also spawned one of my greatest games on this channel, right? That game in the Skoda T50 on this very map. Can't forget about that. But I've also had some incredible games since, although that Skoda T50 game, that will always remain with me as to just how exciting it was. And if you haven't watched that video, if you're going to go and check out something on this channel, thoroughly recommend you go and see that one. Later on, in the middle of the year, I ended up going to Tankfest again. I've been going since 2012. I think I've only skipped 1 year since 2012, which was, ironically, 2013, which was, I believe, the first year that Paul went. Although I'm fairly sure about that, but I'll have to go and check some of his videos to find out. Tankfest is always a highlight of the year for me because I get to meet literally hundreds and hundreds of you, if not like 1,000 people over the weekend. It's a bit weird that I never thought that I would be in this situation where people would be interested in me. It's weird. I'm just a guy who wears pajamas, who loves video games, who tries to share his passion of them with you all. But it's always such a reality check for me to go there and to just get to speak to all of you. And I try to spend as much time as I possibly can with everybody individually. Sometimes it can be a bit rushed. And I know that people have to wait a long time in the queue, that sounds weird, to be able to say hi, because I do spend more time than the average half-baked, half-lame celeb... No, can't go there. The person of reasonable... well, whatever, let's just go with it. What I'm trying to say is that some people have to queue for a while. That makes me feel bad, but then I realize that everybody should wait, because I want to try and spend as much time as I can with everyone. I don't want it to be some kind of cringy, let's just shake hands, and then I'm instantly, like, I've seen this happen. I'm going to talk about this later at Twitchcon. I've seen a lot of people, they kind of shake hands and then they're kind of trying to position the other person for a photo instantly. That's not really an experience, is it? And the reason why I love Tankfest so much is because that is where I get my energy. That is when I'm having a bad day, or I don't want to play World of Tanks, or I don't want to make that video, that I see all of the faces that I've met, and then I cringe inside. No, honestly, call me out, whatever. I do see the faces, and I remember the people, and I remember all of your favorite tanks, and I remember what you want to see more of in my videos. It just means so much, and that's what keeps me motivated. It's all of you. It's all of you out there, and there's nothing better than having that face-to-face experience. After Tankfest, we did a really cool vlog on that, by the way. If you didn't check that out, I don't know why. It's a cool one. My wife graduated. Tanya graduated from a top university in the UK. Absolutely amazing stuff. I'm so proud of her. The fact that she came over to the UK 5 years ago, and she managed to attend a really good university to be able to do a course in English is just absolutely amazing. I'm not saying that her English wasn't good before she came here, but there's a difference between talking good English and then being able to write high quality academic English. So I'm immensely proud of her for that, and also thankful to all of you out there, because it wouldn't have been possible for us to have the place that we live in and to be able to afford a university education. For her it was like £13,000 a year. Yeah, no discount there, in the kind of starting to approach US rates, although I'm sure a lot of the Americans out there will be laughing, going, oh, that's cheap, it's cheap. Yeah, it doesn't really feel cheap, considering when I went to uni it was £3,000 a year, which was a lot better. Nevertheless, so proud of her. It was a great achievement, and going to her graduation might have let out like a tear or two. After that, we had Gamescom in 2018 in August. Of course, this is a year review of 2018 QuickyBaby. What are you talking about? Where again, I got to stream there. I got to meet lots of my friends within the industry, and even a few more of you at some of Wargaming's parties there. Going to Gamescom is always a weird experience for me. When I first went there, it was just absolute sheer amazement at the grand scale of things, and the realization as well of how big gaming was getting. I can't believe it. It was always something for me that I kind of did with my friends, and sure, there was a load of people playing video games, but it never really felt like they truly attended the event. Seeing all of these young people going there, it made me truly passionate when I first went about the industry that I have closely become affiliated with. Twitchcon as well in October. Oh wow, now this was an eye-opener for me. It's bizarre, I'd never been to TwitchCon before, considering that I've been one of the largest UK partners. It sounds a bit weird of Twitch since like 2012. The fact that I haven't bothered to go to TwitchCon, well, I haven't been bothered, it's just I never really had the opportunity to be able to go there and work there as well. So massive thank you to Wargaming for making that be able to be possible. And the streams there were really cool as well. It was my first time to the US. Unbelievable. Just an awesome place. California was crazy. If anywhere else in the US is anywhere like that, or just of similar kind of just mind-blowing experiences, I can see why a lot of Americans don't really want to or even need to leave the US. You could probably spend your whole life there seeing all of the different places and still be wanting more, and having a few more years left on the clock at the end to be able to see the places you didn't quite get to fully explore the first time you went. So that was an eye-opener for me as well. I think I'm hooked. I think I want to go back to America again. There's so many different places I want to go and see. But TwitchCon was an awesome experience. And thank you so much to everyone who did bother to come out to see me there, even though it was very late notice. You all absolutely lovely. And while probably the meet and greet at TwitchCon was far smaller than at Tankfest, still about 50 to 100 of you showed up, and you're all absolutely wonderful, lovely ladies and gents, so respectful. And yeah, I will be going back. And obviously, I don't want to talk too much about next year, but TwitchCon is going to be at Europe as well, in Berlin, coming up in 2019. So that's something that we're going to get to look forward to as well. The first TwitchCon in Europe. And I got to be there. I got to be there, right? We've got to be there for the christening. It'll be a fun one. Then something interesting happened. While I was playing at TwitchCon on the American server, I realized, damn, there's not that many people playing this game on the American server. So I went and did a little bit of research into how many people were still playing World of Tanks. I found out that there weren't really nearly as many playing these days as there used to be. And then I went and I talked to Wargaming and I said, have you realized, is this what you're kind of seeing as well? Of course, they wouldn't say, they wouldn't confirm. I can in no way confirm that. But at least they listened to me. And then I had all of this list of things that I was really unhappy with. And that's what became the video of Is World of Tanks Dying, which I said that I didn't want to talk about unhappy things in this video, but wow, the absolute community response from that has been amazing. And a lot of people looked at that video as a breath of fresh air for me, I guess, that I finally opened up about how critical I am of aspects of the game that I see when I don't like. And I think that 2018, if it's 1 year in World of Tanks, it's the year where I felt like the community made almost a turning point of where more people are starting to see the holes in World of Tanks than not. While I always knew that they were there were more things that I liked about the game than I didn't, and I don't really want to be a negative Nancy. I still want to focus on the positives more. But now it's got to the stage where if you only focus on the positives, that you're literally being ignorant, and so that's where I opened up. One of the things as well that got me to that point was actually playing on a new account. During that conversation that I had with Wargaming, they actually told me that, do you even know what the new player experience is like in World of Tanks? And so I decided to go out and find out for myself. I've played now 500 games, I think, or even close to 600 games on that free-to-play account. And wow, that has been an eye-opening experience, and I feel like it's made me a more holistic tanker, or shall I say, definitely a more well-rounded voice of the community, and someone who hopefully in 2019 is going to be able to provide feedback as much as I can to Wargaming to truly let them know about the good things that they're doing, but also about the things that they've been really screwing up with in the last couple of years. And then, finally, just this month, a charity stream, always one of the highlights of the year for me, raising money for cancer research and special effect. Just, I don't know, I think it's up to like 28 or 29,000 pounds now. It's going to end tomorrow. It's ending tomorrow. Obviously I'm doing this in the past. New Year's Eve, it's going to end tomorrow. I can't believe that as a community we have come together to raise like over 125,000 pounds over the last 5 to 6 years. That is legitimately I always try to be quite humble, but that is just a bewildering an achievement for this community that has gathered around my content, and I could not be more proud for it. Absolutely chuffed. An absolute highlight of the year for me. Thank you all so much for giving so generously to it. And also I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's sponsored my channel this year. I talked about this in About This Channel video, where I wanted to open up sponsorships on YouTube, because the amount of money that you're getting from YouTube just goes down year on year on year, and unless your channel grows significantly, and considering World of Tanks is stagnated, while I'm still doing very, very well, not so well in game, it's really nice to see those of you out there wanting to become sponsors of the channel, or now channel memberships as I believe they're called, to step up and to make up for that drop in advertising revenue. So a big thank you to everyone who has done that as well. And so 2018 was an epic year. I had an absolutely incredible time. I got to see some new places. I got to see a lot of new faces. The game I love changed in ways I could never predict in my wildest dreams, having started playing it in 2011. I feel like I've learned a lot about YouTube as well, and I think that's going to make me a better content producer and also a member of the World of Tanks community in 2019. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for all of the support over the years, and hopefully your continued support in 2019. I Sometimes I just feel like I'm living in some kind of a fantasy. I still don't think this is real. I'm just so lucky to be able to do what I do. And it's down to you. So thanks for making my 2018 absolutely epic. And hopefully at least one of my videos along the way also gave you a smile as well. And so, Happy New Year. Have a good one tonight. Start tomorrow in the best kind of way. Do whatever you need to do to get off on a right start. And if that sounds like too much pressure, then don't. Just do whatever you want to do. Have some fun, enjoy. And I'm really looking forward to bringing you and sharing my kind of gaming content in 2019. More to come, ladies and gents.